This is Ricky Moore with the Burleson Star. I'm here with Burleson football coach Gary McElroy, and this is the Week 1 edition. I don't think they're calling it 0 week anymore for unknown reasons. Week 1 edition of the 2-minute drill. The Elks will play Fort Worth Western Hills Thursday night, 7 p.m. at Clark Stadium in Fort Worth, just down by Tarrant County College. The Elks scrimmaged Azle on Friday morning. Let's talk about that. Too Big, you said, played well. Who else on offense?
Well, David Too Big, like you mentioned, one of our running backs. He and Kobe Slaughter and Jalen Johnson, all three at running back, had good games. David Too Big really showed some shiftiness and some burst, in the scrimmage, and Kobe Slaughter did, kind of what we expect. He's a big back, he gets his shoulders low and kind of a powerful back. So those guys played really well. Offensive line wise, Travis Clapus, our left tackle, and Cadrius Jackson, our right tackles, I thought did a really good job. Braden Mercer, junior center, which is really his first time on varsity to play. He was on our JV as a sophomore. He did a really good job against a pretty well coached Azle defense. So I thought those guys played well. Of course, Preston Payton, the quarterback, he executed the offense well, made the right checks and reads and so forth. And it was a group effort. I thought our entire team played pretty well in the scrimmage. Obviously, things that we saw that we need to fix. But that's why you scrimmage. So
You went in and wanted to be physical. Did you see that?
We did. We talked about being physical up front with our offensive and defensive lines and kind of making sure that we control the line of scrimmage on both sides. And I thought both the offensive line and the D-line did very well. Cody Rusty at nose, Trey Schumann at end, and as well as the rest of our defense did a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's talk about Western Hills. Beat them pretty bad last year, but you said they're improved.
Yes.
What are we going to see from the Cougars?
They are the last 2 years they've had down years, I think, in anybody's eyes. Watching them scrimmage Friday night, they are much improved. They're very athletic and they have good team speed, and I think they have kids in the right spots, especially defensively, that can give you some problems. They're an attacking defense. They move around and they try to create some havoc offensively. So we'll have to be very disciplined in what we do offensively against them, against their defense. From an offensive standpoint, they've had a year to kind of figure out where to put the pieces, and so they're a little more spread, getting some athletes in space and trying to get them the ball. So they are extremely improved from last year, in my opinion. And in that district, I would think that Western Hills, they stay healthy and just like everybody else, I would think that they would be in the playoff race in that district.
I guess how do you approach a first game? Because you're gonna obviously every year you have some guys who've never gone through pregame and all that stuff and getting ready for a Friday night game or a Thursday night game, but a varsity game. How are you going to approach this? We all work on that during practice a little.
Well, typically in a normal week we would have Thursday to kind of go over that type of stuff and show the younger ones, the first time varsity guys, exactly where they're supposed to be, on Friday night. But we're on a short week. We're playing on Thursday, so they're going to have to play follow the leader a little bit, Thursday evening when we go pregame. But it's not difficult to do. Our JVs, our freshman teams, they warm up similarly, on their game. So it's not like it's a big change for them on Thursday night. But the varsity atmosphere,
yes.
That's just going to be something you got to throw them out there, and they've got to be able to handle it. It's kind of like throwing a kid that doesn't know how to swim out in the water and saying swim. They've got to they've got to stay on top and survive or they'll sink.
All right, let's go to the 2-minute portion. I'll just hit you with some questions. You can give me some answers, and I got one for you at the end. Who is going to be the breakout player that nobody knows about on offense?
On offense, I think I think David Too Big at running back, or maybe Garrett Green at receiver would be able to have some big games this year.
I've heard big things about Garrett Green.
Big, tall, rangy receiver, sophomore, was on varsity last year, but broke his leg early in the season, so didn't play a whole lot. But runs well. He's a track guy. Very, very intelligent. I think with having Taylor Bissell returning and people knowing what Taylor's capable of as a receiver, I think it's going to open up some windows for Garrett.
How about defense-wise?
Defensively, a breakout player, I don't know, because Cody Russey and Trey Schumann should really be the guys that anchor that defense. But I think Isaiah Nelson at inside linebacker will be someone that people need to watch.
All right. Besides the two schools that start with vowels in district play, Aledo and Everman, who scares you the most?
Oh man, maybe Everman. I think with
Can't
Aledo,
think Everman. Aledo and Everman are out of it.
You
start
said
with
besides
vowels.
them.
They start with vowels.
You got to be more clear.
I said.
Besides those two, who scares you the most? Oh gosh.
Or what game worries you the most?
I'd say Crowley and Centennial.
Okay. Last question. You're stuck in a swamp. You've got one way to go or another way to go. There's an alligator on one side. There's your angry wife on the other side. Which way do you go?
I'll just go with my angry wife's side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not that worried about her, I guess.
She'll get over it.
Okay. Well, this has been Ricky Moore with the 2-minute drill with head coach of the Burleson Elks, Gary McElroy.